Right, I'm with Emem Jones on the back of the 1-0 defeat to Saffron Dynamo, which I sound happy when I'm saying it. And the reason I'm happy saying it is because I'm talking to you, who I think undoubtedly was man of the match today.
Yeah.
New position for you, centre back. How do you think you did?
Well, to be fair, I did come in. I am by nature a centre back, so I thought I was pretty comfortable slotting in, especially alongside Connor. He's got a lot of experience. Him and Meeks they're very vocal. Some may like it, some don't like it, but I feel like it helps me get into the game, know where I'm positioned. So I felt pretty safe sliding in, especially with Inca behind me. So pretty confident, to be fair.
And offensively today we weren't with it. It was kind of one of those games where everything we tried was going wide or over or just being saved.
Yeah.
But defensively we seemed solid. Even the goal they scored was just a mess up at the back post, and that was it.
Yeah.
Other than that, you and Yinka held down that back incredibly well.
Thank you.
How nice is it to have someone behind you who's that good with the ball?
I feel like it definitely just adds to the confidence because, I can be aggressive, I can go try win the ball. And I know that even if I miss the ball and it goes in behind me, I know Yinka's there. And beating Yinka, it's 1 in a million chance, really. The goal they scored, I'm pretty sure it was a cross that somehow managed to sneak in. So I feel like we did all we could to stop them from scoring, to be honest.
And there's one point I want to note with you, which was towards the end of the game, there was a 2-on-1, and you were the one in the scenario, and you managed to race across and stop them from getting anything. In your mind, when you're running across to them two players, what is going through your head?
Wow, that's a good question. To be fair, I feel like once you're in a 2-on-1 situation, the best thing to do is let the attacker make up your mind. So I feel like I just wait for a heavy touch or some sort of hesitation and then pounce on it, really. I don't think there's much of a thought process to it, to be honest. I feel like it's more happens like that, really.
Just natural.
I guess so.
And obviously the weather today was not great by any means, but some footballers seem to love playing in wet conditions because then the ball can do certain things.
Yeah.
A lot of games today were called off because of the weather, but I was one of the very few that stayed on, and this was on actual grass as well, which was even rarer to see.
Yeah.
Do you like playing in the rain, or would you rather play in sun and heat?
I can't stand playing in pre-season games in the 30, 35 degrees. I feel like I sweat a lot, so I do like the rainy games. I feel like the rain adds more to the atmosphere as well, so I quite like the wet games, especially get a goal, perfect weather for a knee slide and stuff, so I don't mind it, to be honest.
And speaking of perfect for the fans, the other thing is that someone mentioned that the fans are like a 12th man.
Yeah.
As players, do you feel that the same way?
Yes, definitely. I feel like the fans take a lot of pressure off us. I feel like, especially me myself, I feel like I'm pretty fit, but coming to the 75th, 80th minute, everyone's pretty tired. But hearing the fans keeps you going. I feel like it feels like they're almost like another player on the pitch. You can see how other teams become a lot more demotivated, and we raise another level just because they're there. So I feel like they're a very important part of the club.
And you've been with a fair few games for us now, and you've kind of seen all sorts. You've seen refs give cards for everything, refs give cards for nothing.
Yeah.
This was an instance where that ref, I don't think, brought his card out more than twice in the entire game.
Yeah.
I believe, I don't know, I wasn't paying full attention. But when you think back to the Newark game, I think you were there at the Newark game, weren't you?
Midweek one.
The draw a few weekends ago?
I don't think I was there.
Based on long story short, ref gave out a bunch of cards for pretty much nothing. We ended up with Seaton and Peters being sent off.
Yeah.
Is it something that you're used to as a player? Is refs being very mixed and switched with how many cards they give out, or is it something you're still kind of trying to get the grasps with?
I feel like refs it's a bit of a controversial topic, but refs I feel like you just got to try your best, try not get cards, because I feel like it's quite difficult, especially in non-league. Different refs have it feels like anyways as a player, that different refs have different rules. Some let you talk, some let the game go on, some stop the game quite frequently. I feel like the ref today, in his defence, he did pretty well. I feel like he let the game flow, he didn't stop it as much, didn't want to make the game about himself, so I give him more props to him, to be fair.
And the final question is, we play Gedling next.
Yeah.
The mindset of that game, is it going to be all the anger and frustration from this one carried over, or is it going to be clean slate, these are the tactics, this is what we're doing?
Well, I feel like, I don't know if you heard, but after the game, quite a lot of players were frustrated. There was a lot of arguing, there was a lot of disappointment really more than anything, because I feel like, especially here at Radford, we've got, yes, we're step 6. Yes, we may not have like the largest budget in the world, but I feel like we've got very good group of players. So I feel every game we go into the game expecting to win the game, expecting to dominate the ball, expecting to keep a clean sheet. So I think that's the mindset we're just going to carry on moving forward really. And hopefully towards the end of the season, we're towards the top and lifting the trophy.